What's up, guys? Welcome to another amazing episode of the thekisscapadespodcast. I have a very special guest with me today, and she's been popping up on my homepage occasionally, on and off. Sometimes interesting, sometimes no, always interesting. So I'll let her introduce herself, and we'll take the podcast from there.
Hi guys, I am Anastasia Ng'ang'a. I am a lady in business, and also I am a content creator and a lip sync queen.
Hey, TikTok. Yeah, you should see her TikTok.
I know those are the videos you saw, right?
TikTok only. And that's why I was saying, like, am I supposed to take her seriously or no? But no, that's a joke, of course. We take everything on social media seriously because that's how, like, a majority of people, like, create their brand names and even eventually get brand partnerships and start making money.
You haven't seen any content of mine that is serious content. Me
unfortunately, I haven't. But no. But here's the thing: just from the TikTok, that's what made me interested in what you're doing. And I said immediately, instead of doing research, why don't I just invite her to the podcast and talk to her about what she does? So, Miss Anastasia, should we do this in both English and Swa? I'm a English, I'm a Sheng too.
All of the three.
Whichever works.
Yeah, whichever works. Tuchanganye hapo katikati. Nikishinda kujiexpress na Kizungu, kujiexpress na same. Hi.
So anyway, let's start with when you're just young. We didn't have like that social media equal like the hype on any, because now kids are born with social media and everything. We didn't have TikTok, of course, so YouTube wasn't as popular and many, even if it was there. But what did you want to do when growing up?
Wow. I always wanted to be a bank manager. Funny thing, I don't know why. I think it's because
bank manager. Why?
I think it's because every member of my family from my dad's side is in finance. What? So I thought that will be my line of business because my career, because I'm good in mathematics. I loved business in high school.
Mathematics.
Lazima ufanye mathematics. Pesa lazima uhesabu. Also my name Ng'ang'a, so nina pesa tunakimbishana hivi.
Are you related to the great pastor?
No.
Iliona, did you see the clip yenye ilitoka nini? Okay, that clip was so funny.
Which one?
He has a
his clips.
No, he has a chain and then he was dancing.
Baby shaka do.
So anyway, back to
not
Nini.
that Ng'ang'a.
But also, what do you think of his content? I think he's a content creator. He does these things intentionally. He can't just be going viral like coincidentally all the time.
What did he call King Kaka? King?
Hey.
That's a story. That will be a long story.
Hey. Even Snoopy said Snoopy, doggy.
Wacha kuconcentrate na huyu Ng'ang'a. Concentrate na huyu mwenye unamuona.
No, but it's just interesting as a content creator now. But let's go back. We'll get to content creation.
Have you thought of inviting him for a session?
He just seems unpredictable. I don't know whether he'll slap me or because I've seen him slapping people. So what if I ask the wrong question and he slaps me?
Ama nijua yuko akona social media platform handle.
I think he's everywhere.
He's on Instagram.
And I'm 100% sure if invite him, I'm sure he would show up. 100% sure he would show up.
Invite him.
What if he goes crazy?
He won't.
I see so many viral moments in that interview.
He won't.
He won't slap me.
He won't.
Because slapping, apparently, that's where you get the blessing. Akiku-slap, you get a blessing.
But we ulizi blessing. Hawa watu
Mr.
wanaenda
blessing
hapo
by
mbele
the way.
kwa altar ndio wanakuanga wakiulizia blessing. We ulizi blessing.
But I actually will reach out to him. He might actually give me just think about it.
Or you don't want to invite him because he won't understand what a podcast is. Atakuuliza hiyo ni nini? Ati kijana unafanyanga nini?
Pronunciation yai. Podo kaka.
Ni podika?
No, but I think your interview inaweza kuwa like a really good one because it will have so many viral moments. But I will invite him. So anyway, back to
this
Ng'ang'a. So you're saying like interest was in finance and everything.
Yeah.
So even in school, I'm
Still
guessing.
is.
Even in school, I'm guessing. Oh, that's why behind the scenes she was like, okay, by the so we'll get to those details. In school, I'm guessing, Pia, like now you're saying, maths was like one of your.
Yeah. I was an A student, not my words.
A.
The words of every teacher I met. So yeah, I did well in school. I was a cop. You know, those bad things that happen to prefects in high school, they happened to me. Walinimwagia maji kwa kitanda. You can imagine now it's after preps. We're going to the dormitories to sleep. We want to just sleep, and by then I was deputy president, Shule, my form 4. So I'm going to the dorm to sleep, and then I get there. I'm touching my bed. Wow, the bed cover, maji soaked. My blanket soaked. My second blanket soaked. My sheets soaked. My mattress soaked.
Yeah.
And everyone in my dormitory is looking at me like, "Woi, pole, who did that?"
Kumbe it's all of them in
Woi,
collaboration.
pole. And I'm wondering who did. Yani, I cried that night. You can imagine, I am performing well. I was index 1. And then I am a deputy president.
1-1.
Yeah. 1. So you can imagine, niko hapo, I'm inspiring people. I'm always on speaking to people kwa parade, kuwa inspire, kuwa motivate Form 1s. And here I am, dormitory tunalala na Form 1s, Form 2, Form 3s, and they're looking at you. And this moment you're just helpless. Kuna mtu amekumwagilia maji kwa kitanda.
They've gotten to you. You're just traumatized.
Oh my God, I cried. I couldn't wait for the moment that the dom cop angezima tu hiyo stima. Ninge tu kwa bed nilie. So everyone was contributing.
The same wet bed.
Sikuingia kwa wet bed definitely.
So everyone
Nilitoa mattress. So everyone alikuwa ako concerned about me, and then they called the teacher on duty, nikaletewa mattress ingine, and then everyone contributed. They gave me sheets, they gave me bed covers, they gave me blankets. Yeah, nikaingia kwa hiyo kitanda yenye nimepewa nikalia sasa.
bounce back because let me cry on this dry bed.
I cried. What? I cried.
Did you ever change from that sasa? Ama ulikuwa those kind of prefects who walikuwa unajua those who snitch on people?
You know,
that kind of nini?
No, not snitching, but I was strict. I'm still a disciplined person. Though venye nilimaliza high school, nikaingia kwa life. So unajua ukapatana na life, ukapatana na vijana, ukapatana na mambo mingi, nika backslide. Kutoka being strict, now I started doing other things, going out for parties and everything. Nikaanza kukua chini kidogo, lakini sahi nilirudi. I realized myself and came back to being me.
What do you mean? So hii part ya katikati unasema ilikuwa?
That was the devil doing his work.
No, but I guess you see that's the thing Pia about life. There's some stages, I guess, if you don't go through them as an adult, you wouldn't want to go through those things when you're old. So I didn't do this, and you realize, it's fun. So unaanza to have fun. Because how old?
So you uko na watoto, you leave your kids at home. It is depressing. Sometimes teenagehood inakuchanganya. You start doing other things that will affect your future. But then
let's talk about those things you did, but okay, so but. Now, interestingly, because unasema like now after school, of course you came out, and of course I think school najua we're in a very controlled environment, but like college, uni, completely different. Social interactions are watu completely different, and then life inaanza tu kuopen so many other things zenye were restricted to you. So what made you actually try and not even try, just get out of that comfort zone yenye ilikuwa strict na uanze kutry hizi vitu zingine? Is it friends? Is it just university environment?
I will say I was just trying to fit in, because my whole life I'm a talkative person. I talk a lot. I can do that for a living. I can do that all day. But now the problem is I talk too much, but I also don't know how to make friends. I also don't know how to maintain friends.
What?
it's like two sides of Anna. Have you ever seen that movie? That's literally me. My nickname is Anna. So two sides of Anna.
But we've met now, and you seem like a person who's like very easy to get along with.
Trust me, when we go down to serious matters, utakuwa like udem ni mtiaji, hizi kwa beshte yake. So niko hivyo, there is this type of life that now my personal life says it I come to invade. I'm very disciplined. There's a way like my things done and everything. I don't want to let people in. It's hard for me. We will talk, but you'll sit down na ujiulize, nini by the way najua about Anna, and then you realize,
nothing.
We have been talking, but you have just been talking about opinions and things that happen in the
but
society.
nothing to do with nini.
Nothing personal. I won't start telling you, my mom, my dad, my sister, nothing personal, just opinions.
I want to give people receipts. Give people receipts.
No receipts. I am not giving you receipts.
And then so we'll just bounce back because the podcast is about health, wealth, love and happiness. So the conversation will just evolve around
love.
all those two things. Tutafika kwa love. Gali, just wait. So just having been in like just saying living that dream of you want to one day be like bank manager, how did that change to something completely different? Because I haven't asked like what exactly you do now, but what did you like study, and what did you end up in that same line of work, or did it change eventually?
So I went to uni. I went to Moi University, Kitale campus. My parents took me there. Now it's far away from Nairobi. It's a different county, different lifestyle. Sikuwa najua ni kama nitaifiti. Mimi nilikuwa najua Mungu, I have died, like I cannot do this. I cannot do Kitale hapana. Kitale na nimetoka Nairobi. No way. I cannot do this. So when I got to Kitale, definitely classes zikaanza. First year, first semesters, lecturers, sometimes they are joking, class in a bounce, things are, and then I sat down and I realized, wow. And unajua pia experiences za watu, kitu watu wanasema like, I have 2 degrees, I don't have a job. I have a degree and a master's, I don't have a job. I'm doing another master's, I don't have a job. Nikaka chini kajiambia kitu ni jokes. Because I want to be a bank manager, lakini before ufike hapo itakuwa lini?
It will take forever because our wengine wote they already have their ninis and bado wanasema they don't have jobs.
They don't have jobs.
Yeah.
So the rate of unemployment, when you just listen to stories like how people are talking and they are unemployed, and you just sit down and you're like, lazima nicheze cards zangu tofauti if at all I want to change my life. And by then, the way we were living, like our family setup, I didn't want to end up in that situation. I didn't want to continue living in that situation.
What
so
kind
I wanted
of situation?
To change the way we were living. Venye tulikuwa tunaishi, nyumba yenye tulikuwa tunaishi by then, nyumba ya mabati, choo ni nje, una get. So I wanted to change that situation.
This was in Kitale or you're talking?
No, in Nairobi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so my parents took me to Kitale for school, but then in Nairobi, hiyo ndio situation iliacha home. Nyumba ya mabati, choo ni nje. Everything is just it was a complete mess. It's not something that you'll want to live in. And then you now have friends, mabeshte wako na kuinvite kwao, and you're like, wow, life is totally life can be different.
Yeah.
Life can be totally different.
And that's the only thing you knew. So unaona huko koza kumbe the actual people who live like this.
Yeah. So I didn't want to continue living in that situation. I didn't want my parents or my sister to continue living in that situation.
Yeah.
And then listening to the stories people are giving you, if you want to be a bank manager, lazima ukuetela kwanza, sijui lazima upitie vitu mingi, alafu before upande cheo, it takes a lot of time.
It takes.
So I sat down and I told myself, it can never be me. It can never be me. There is something else I'll do. So I took what I did in campus was business management. So I started selling to supplement the pocket money that I was being given. I started selling earrings, bangles. I go to Dubois, you know Dubois, the famous Dubois.
Yeah, I know.
So when I come juu najua Kitale bado vitu hazijafika.
Huko kuna ushamba kidogo bado. See, I come from Western, so I know. I know.
So Kitale bado pendants.
So
by that time,
yeah, it's not.
Kuna watu mko kampo but bado hajaona pendants.
And you know the place, the source.
No, bado hajaziona. So mimi nakuja when I'm in Nairobi, I go to the Boys Road, I buy my things, I take them to school. I sell. Na napata do. So from there, I think my subconscious mind made the decision that we will be in business, because from when I started selling my things when I was in second year, that's when I decided.
And then you'll have to push this Mbele kidogo. I'm sorry. I have to take care of the audio. I just moved Mbele kidogo just a bit. No, in front. Mbele. Yeah. So we can filter out, like, you know, the background voices. Okay. So yeah, Du Bois. So you're doing.
So I started getting money, and then I think from there, that's when I decided. I didn't make the decision at there and then, but I think in my subconscious mind, I was ready to start pursuing doing business, doing business, because nikiwa kwa situation, nikiwa class naangalia naona lecturers hata wako serious. Sometimes they come to class, sometimes they don't even care. The class rep is calling them, they awashiki simu na class hiyo inafaa kukua. Maybe you have exams in the next like 2 weeks, and you have not even had one class. The lecturer has not attended not a single class. So you're looking at yourself, hata ujuika utapata second upper, lower, ama hata ujuika utagraduate. And then the other thing in public units, you don't even
Which
know.
uni is this kwanza? Ndio tuwaeke nini?
Moi University, the great. Kila university
I thought that's common pia in Nairobi uni pia.
Common hata Kenyatta. Ukijiona tu uko kwa ile list ya graduation, yani kuingia hiyo list ni ngumu hata kuliko kuingia mbinguni. Sidhani kuingia mbinguni ni ngumu hivyo. It is hard to ukiangalia tu the situation that people, and you know, wise people learn from other people's experiences.
Yeah.
So just looking at people around me venye wanateseka, how people wanateseka ku graduate, just getting those missing marks filled into their portals, I told myself you'll just have to do something different with your life. If you want to change the situation there and then, you'll have to do something different.
You have to take that.
Yeah, and that's when I started doing the maker business, which later on grew into a shop. And a whole business which I'm doing now, which is called Lana House.
Lana House.
Lana House. L-A-N-A House. Yeah. So when I started Lana House, that was after 4th year. I didn't want to sit down. Mimi mtu mwenye napenda kukua idol, because an idle mind is the devil's workshop. Sipendi kukua idol. Yani I have a lot of energy.
You start feeling like you're itching, yani kama una kitu ya kufanya.
Nitaanza kutafuta ways to just
channel it out. Yeah. Have you ever been around, we'll go back to that. Have you ever been around people who are just comfortable, just chilling? I can just chill today, kesho wa chill. I'm sure who wants to feel like
why mbona ufikiri kama kuna kitu unataka kufanya?
Me just find like I'm wasting my life. So I never, I'd rather be doing something. So yeah, true. But back to you. You're saying, so you've started the shop and?
Yeah, I started then, now after campus, I started doing something more serious. I used to sell bags, and I registered my business, Lana House. That name is, your jina ilikuja vifani lakini. Lana House.
Tuambie hiyo story. What's the story?
So there are different ways you can come up with a business name.
Yeah.
And so mimi nilitumia mashup. Hiyo mashup ni kuweka majina pamoja. What happened, I wasn't sure of the product that I wanted to sell. And I was sure, I felt it in my heart that the product will go changing over time. So sikuwa nataka ni ite jina,
specific product,
Anastasia Cosmetics, and I know I won't be selling cosmetics all my life.
Yeah.
I wanted something general that hata leo nikianza kushona
it still applies.
Yeah, unapata. So I wanted to call it Wonder Shop. Ukiingia hapo ndani, you find everything. You find clothes, you find shoes, men things, kila kitu iko hapo ndani. And then when I called the guy who was supposed to register my business name, he told me you can't reserve Wonder Shop because that's a common English name. So many people are using it. So I am trying to reserve the name right now. Come up with a name. We were with my fiance, my then boyfriend, who's now my fiance. So come up with a name. So tuko hapo tumeshanga, what do we call it? And then he just said Lana House. His name is Lapose. His nickname is Lapose.
Ish.
My nickname is Anna. So
now that's true
Lana.
love, no. And I like hearing such, because akunaga because this podcast, people don't just come with these such love stories, because people always like, hey, it's risky, what if we split sasa, what if sijui nini. But no, it just shows that leap of faith, because for you guys to do that together, and you've been together here like for a long time, I'm guessing, right? So before we get back to the business, you said there's a time or in between, I think, college, leaving high school, college, and now establishing your business, a point where you seemed like you were confused and trying to figure yourself out. What exactly was going on there?
I was just trying to fit in. That's what I can say. As I told you, it's hard for me to have like close friends.
Fit in
so
how?
I thought,
what were you doing to try and fit in?
Like going out with people. You know, I'm the kind of person you'll call me and tell me, we're going out on Saturday. Can you come? We're going out on Saturday.
Be like, hey, who's buying drinks? Sawa, as long as I'm not buying 20.
Not who's buying drinks. I'll tell you, there's something I'm doing on Saturday, so I won't be. You can't just call me. I'm the kind of person you can't just call me and tell me you have plans.
Oh, yeah.
Kwani, I don't have plans with my life. There's something I had planned that Saturday to do. You don't just come and tell me, hey, can you come on Saturday? No. Niambie prior. Mimi ni kama mzazi. Mzazi venye anakwambia, unataka kwenda mahali Saturday. Why didn't you tell me last week?
And you want money now? Apana.
And you're telling me now. No. So that's I think I'm just the parent in me is just coming out, but inakuja mapema. So I'm that kind of person. So it's hard for people to sijui me I think tu ni ngumu. Sijui mbona watu wana find it cool.
Apana, I think you're avoiding my question. I see what you're doing, and you forget that you already told me about you. Like you know how to beat around circles hapa hivi. When you ask this question, hapo unaanza kwenda in circles. So your part, your confusion, like what exactly did maybe you do to realize, this is not the right road I want to keep going? Ilikuwa hiyo yenye unasema trying to fit in. So what exactly was going on?
What
and
exactly
stop avoiding
on?
my questions.
I was partying too much. I was going out too much. I was spending too much money. And then I have seen how some of my friends have ended up like their lives mali mefika, their lives just stopped because of sponsors. So mimi I've never bought the sponsor thing because I have worked in a field. I used to work for True Blacks. I used to do those activations
for True Black.
Yeah. So I've seen how
those two promo girls nini.
Stop calling it a promo girl. It was once a means of survival.
What is it? No. You know what? Here's the thing. Like I even know, I do have friends that the same way. It's like somebody who, what are we supposed to call them?
And it's good money, let me tell you.
It is. I know.
Sometimes you just sit down and you look at the money that you get from those things that you're calling to promo.
No. I'll tell you why. Nikisema to promo, listen. Nikisema to promo, it's just because that's how the public sees it. But for me, anybody who's like an entrepreneur, and that's why I can say like most girls start hustling faster than guys, and business-wise they become sharper. So you'll either become sharper or you'll end up in this other, because promo comes pia with now. That's where sponsors strike. It's easy to strike there because kama umefanya promo, maybe mnaambia mtalipwa at the end of the month, sindio? You need transport, you need food, madam. And there's this guy who's saying he'll pick you, he'll drop you, He'll buy you food and do you all those
first
stupid
of all,
things.
the worst thing is
Yeah.
someone comes, they're parking a Benz there, they're parking whatever car they're parking,
Yeah.
and then they come to you and they ask you, we msichana mrembo hivi,
Unafanya nini hapa? Yes, unafanya nini
I
hapa?
can make you live a better life than you're living. How much are they giving you?
Exactly.
I can
Kwanza
pay
somebody will ask you, sindio, how much are they paying
how
you?
much are they paying you? And then they are very arrogant about it.
Yeah. How
How
much?
much are they paying you? I can give you double of that. Twende na wewe tu sahi. You know, twende na wewe unaenda naye wapi? Akikupatia hiyo double unaenda wapi? Moment of silence.
Akikupea hiyo double ujue kazi gani unaenda kufanya. So nikisema tu, it's not in a degrading way. It's because that's how the public sees it. And pia the same way umesema, this guy approaching, anaku approach na that angle. Unaona? But because I know people who've been smart when doing that. And I also know people who like, their lives are now like just a mess because they got tied up within that lifestyle.
True. I've seen what fast money can do to people. The fast, in rule too, the fast the money comes, the fast it will go. Ndio maana money kuitafuta, ndio maana hata Biblia inasema we will toil because you have to toil to get it. Ukiipata haraka.
So you're telling these girls they shouldn't get sponsors? Na the way saizi hakuna jobs, hakuna nini, unawaambia wasi get sponsors?
It's never a good idea.
Especially because the easiest targets kuwa like promo chicks. And so many, I think ndo ukiangalia saizi kwa Instagram ndo wana do jet life mob. The ones that I knew 2-3 years ago, saizi they are constantly flying in and out. So I'm only imagining if there was another girl pia mwenye alikuwa na do promo na huyu, and then things are not going very well for her, atakuwa zile za is there a way you can fit me in Kenya ufanya ndio niweze kuishi like kind of the same lifestyle? Because promo, tuseme promo, how much do promo girls get paid?
An average of 15 to 2,500 per night.
Per night.
Or even 4,000 depending on the brand.
Or depending on
selling.
brand inaweza kuwa like if it's a high end brand utapatia saa like nini. And hiyo itakuwa that's per weekend?
That's per night.
Or per night. So you can do Saturday, Sunday, I'm guessing.
Saturday, Sunday, holidays.
Yeah. Okay. So in a month you can actually, and do people get tips here?
People get tips from the men we are talking about.
Na watakupea tips kubwa kwa sababu and you umesema how much do they pay you?
Yeah.
And they always offer. But it's so unfortunate, and that's why I'm saying even it's really hard if you put yourself in this girl's position, no? Because you're thinking, hey, by the do yangu ina come when. And me personally know girls who also do that, and their thinking is always like, if I'm sleeping with this old guy for this much, see back in the hood me I sleep with guys for no cash at all, cause wase umkatia bado huko home. No, to be honest. And maybe she hooks up with guys huko kwa neighborhood na nini. Ako zile za if I hook up with guys in the neighborhood for nothing and this guy is giving me this and this, why not?
Are you the only one who's sleeping with this guy?
Of course, any clever chick would know you're not the only one. But they always think they're special. So
you're not the only one, so you're not even using protection. So the first
atoe pesa alafu I use protection.
So the first thing, watch hata tusiingilie mambo ingine. The first thing, you're putting your health.
Yeah. Your
health yako at risk for this money that if this guy is sick and you get sick, you will not enjoy.
You can't even try to treat yourself.
Hiyo ndo yenye atakuwa nakupea, utakuwa unapeleka usina, hata kuwa nakupea kila siku, ni one time na labda amekupatia vitu zenye amekuacha nazo and then ameenda. Hiyo ndo umeishi jet life, umerudi Nairobi, umerudi na ugonjwa. Let's just take one scenario. Tusiingilie kwa vitu mingi.
There's a time I used to tell people by the me madam wa promo no.
Sio wote.
But unaona it's not all of them, but pia like can we say like 50% by the
like 50%.
50% to be honest are escorts.
I love going somewhere and having conversations with people. And when I was doing this work, I used to have conversations with bartenders, waitresses. unaongea na mtu like anakuambia venye anadharauliwanga na wanaume, like they come here and they ask you for free, free sex because they expect that is what
after sale service.
Yeah, after sales nitakupeleka mahali twende, au hata anajaribu kukulewesha ndio uende ukalale na
take a shot.
But there are people there who are trying to get out of a situation. They know that this is not permanent. They are doing it because they have to survive.
I know it comes with a job.
It comes with the job. There is nothing you can do about it. But they are doing this because they have to survive. So you cannot judge everyone just because of the majority.
There's a time. I was heartbroken by some promo girl, and then nikasema. By the cons I was saying like, ask my friends. There's a time I used to say like, by the mademo promo, they're all sluts. I used to say that, but it's because I was hurt. No, I was just hurt. And then you can't generalize everyone because there are genuinely nice people out there. And at times you do meet somebody who, like, unajua una connect na, and you see like, it's just like, this is just part of what I have to do to get to the next level. Na hivi. But here there are some, like 60% who I know. I mean,
and becoming an adult now, kitambo unajua ungesema mtu mbona huyu mtu ni makanga, makanga,
true.
Anaweza tu kwa makanga. But now that I'm an adult,
you understand everything.
I see someone selling smoke and I'm like, do you, bro?
Listen,
get your money.
Yesterday we were here.
Get your money.
We were doing up a post. We were talking about, we'll get back on Nini. It's just because podcast conversations do get interesting, but we'll get back to Nini. Sindio, they flow. And it becomes easier when you're talking about two things that you can both understand and have a conversation about. So we were talking about, I had someone on the show, on the podcast, who said they were doing a TV show. Their name was out there, their video was out there and everything, and they were getting paid 10,000. 10,000. Sindio? So we were breaking it down with somebody, Jana, and I was telling them, that guy who sells eggs, if he's buying an egg for 10 shillings and then sells, you sell for 20. For 20 and nini, akiskuma tu hiyo kati yake, yana expenses zingine. Kisha buy egg, just boil, maybe nyanya and kitunguu, make up like a nice a nice kachumbari there and sell. And I make 10 on each. So in a day akisell maybe what's possible, like 60, 70, itakuwa 700, sindio? 700 you can multiply by 30 and I make like around 21,000. So kuna mtu wako on TV anaandika ma scripts, anafanya ameke ma flashing light, anapost Instagram, anadu nini na hizi vitu zote. But akipita maybe akitoka nje anaweza angalia mse wa eggs ampite amwangalie na madharau. This guy is making more than you. So what makes more sense business wise, life wise, and everything? Who's able to mse akitaka kupeleka demu yake out, he can treat any girl he wants maybe for a decent meal, ampeleke any food court na ambaye a nice meal.
I've ever seen a guy who sold akotuka streets.
Yeah.
He sold some earrings to me and I saw him in KFC taking a girl out. KFC.
On stress free
kabisa.
So in life pia you have to understand how you're moving, and if things just make sense at times you have to make certain moves, but we're saying shortcuts pia in the long run just knows
they will cost you.
There are so many things that can go wrong. How many girls have we seen pia die of some mysterious circumstances? True. And everybody, what do people say? Like, si she knew, si alikuwa na sponsor, si alikuwa na nini. People won't really dive in to try and care or bring in, or they will do hashtags for like a week or two and then they'll move on.
And then there is some sort of freedom that comes with you.
Financial freedom.
You, not even financial. Aujafika hapo mali you can.
Okay. So
there's a sort of freedom and just peace that comes with you earning your own money as a woman. Sijasema eti unakalia mwanaume you're above the nini, you can't get into any relationship. What I'm saying is you sleep better at night knowing you don't owe anyone anything. Not that someone will call you and they're like, I want to see you tomorrow. And they demand, and kesho.
Mimi najua watu when they get that call, they drop everything up.
Now you can't do anything, you can't even sleep. Ni saa 8 usiku someone is like, I want to see you. Unaanza sasa kutafutana na Uber. What if you go out there and you're killed?
No, it happens.
There's a lot of peace with you. Just you're able to pay your bills. You sleep better. If someone calls you, they're like, "I want to see you tonight. I want to take you out." You're like, "I can't
But
make it."
for you personally, like, how did you like avoid that? Because of course I'm sure like people must have. Kuna hiyo height yako nini. Hakuna mtu alikujia. Height, pretty face, unajua. Kuna watu wana hizo maneno, unajua.
Obviously sasa unajua light skin ina sell. Si eti mimi nasema mimi ni light skin sana, but at least niko na kangozi kama.
Kuna mtu alikuwa anapita supermarket amepita alafu unaona
okay. I've never even ushika chini ukajiona like you seen yourself in a situation. I've never seen myself.
You've
in a
never
situation.
thought about it?
I've never thought about it. I think it's because number one, I've grown up seeing the women in my life trying to find a solution for the problems that I have. I've seen my mother raise us when my father wasn't there because they weren't together. So I've seen my mother struggle to raise us with the help of no man.
And she managed.
She was a single parent, kidogo tu wakarudiana. So she managed. I've seen my sister because my mom left me under the care of my sister when my sister was 19 years old. Right. So I saw my sister taking care of me without anajifinyilia mahali ataweza, without the help of a man. So like kuchukua tu hiyo experience ya watu, it even shapes you as a person. Unajua ni kazi kwa mikono yangu. You know, it is not in the money is not in someone else's pocket. The money is iko hapa kwa mikono yangu. I have to use my hands, I have to use my brain to make something out of myself. Yeah.
And what does your mom say like right now? Because, you know.
Let me tell you the funny thing. We were supposed to meet today with my mom, but then I forgot. And then I called her back and told her, "Hey, mom, I forgot to tell you I'm having an interview tomorrow." So she told me, "You have an interview? Naenda wapi?" She actually thought I'm going for an interview for a real job.
Oh my God. Ngoja, kwani you haven't restored like faith in business yake ama bado wana? Because she's old school, I'm sure pia like most old school parents, they want that assurity like
security.
Yeah, they want to hear their daughter is getting a salary every month. Hii ingine is, even though it's working, they're like
So I have a store along Moi Avenue. Iko opposite Bihitawa. The building is called Rahim Tula Trust Building. And I have a store. It's not see in store kubwa, but it's just somewhere that clients can come and shop.
Yeah.
And my mom comes there. She knows I have a shop. I pay the shop. Asijaimpigeni nikamwambia eti shop imefungwa. But at the end of the day, let me tell you, I think it is every parent wants you to have security, and they think because wao bado wako old school, wanadhania security iko kwa employment.
And the people are getting fired nowadays wewe.
Si anadhani security kwa employment.
Hapana.
Joaki nakwambia she was so excited. Nikamwambia see that type of interview.
Akamwambia no, it's a thekisscapadespodcast. Why?
I thought why?
Akasema mimi nilifikiria ni job.
You know, the more I grow up, the more naanza ku reason sasa. I think kama mtu mzima, because kitambo mzazi wangu angejaribu kufanya vitu zingine, or she could try or he could try to do some things and you're like ananionea, ananikazia, hataki nifanye. But ukikaa chini kama mtu mzima, you look at it, you come to realize they were doing these things because
it was to protect you.
It was to protect.
And it's their experience.
They try to protect you at all costs. Labda yeye alishaanzisha biashara
ikaikuwa successful.
Unaona akaenda kwa employment. So akona hiyo fear ya what if it turns out like my situation.
True. But size unaona things have changed. Kuna just social media and online marketing na hizo vitu zote. They didn't leave those things there.
I Insta story every day, and my dad, when I'm around them, he doesn't like it. Hiyo ni nini? What is that? Unachukua unaonesha watu social media, unaonesha nini?
But they don't even understand. But mimi nakwambia one day you get like that brand partnership. I'm so proud of my daughter. I'm so proud.
Unless uoneshe babangu contract ndio inasoma.
Ataamini. By the way akisoma hivi na nini?
Aone hapo sasa pesa mzuri imeandikwa.
Aone hizo zeros.
But then
so they are not
they won't understand how it really works.
No, they won't. Even this thing unafikiria, how many people do I have to explain to, old and young? Answer, the first thing is like, the first question is always like, so how do you make your money? Because okay, here's the thing. You try and explain it this way. I'm not making money now, but it's a long-term thing. Because that's where... Because here's the thing, guys, of course, obviously, if you look at my setup, this setup is not cheap. So, one thing I would tell you about arts, especially like in Nairobi, you have to do something else on the side. Because at the end of the day, Pia, we have those things that we're passionate about, and we just don't want to kill those dreams. We still have to keep chasing our dreams. But then again, you also have to understand we have responsibilities. Uko na bills za kulipa at the end of the day. Because even for you, because speaking of like social media, we can just say like for you, I can definitely see and tell that you're building your brand like on social media. Just your personal brand, you're building it. Even though you might not know exactly where like your jackpot is coming. You can't lose that faith. You're still working towards something. You're like, I know something is going to come out of this. Let me tell
you, social media is funny. You can put your everything in there.
Yeah.
Alafu uko tu hapo uko na content ingine work.
Yeah.
You're just like, let me just post this.
Let me just see. Yeah.
Acha tu nipo. Kuna yenye you have put your time, you have put your energy, you have shot the best quality. Itakuwa tu hapo. Kuna yenye you are not
Random.
sure of the quality, and then you don't have content, so you're like, let me just put it.
Keep people busy.
But nikwe nimeweka content. You post it and boom.
Yeah.
That is the content.
Yeah. And even
you are never sure
and
of
people,
what
you see
content.
traffic and people mpaka ukoza, surely this is what you guys wanted to see.
Nimewapatia quality mzuri, video quality mzuri, audio ni mzuri. Ile video yenye hata ina audio mtu hata asikiki. It's the one that goes viral.
But what do you think? Like, what's like your aim with just social media right now? What are you trying to achieve? As much as you're having fun, I'm sure at the end of the day you're thinking of like, maybe I'm working towards this.
What I'm trying to achieve is, the more I make my brand known, like my name known, the more I convert people into my business.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
My end goal is not brand partnership, but if that comes,
well and good. Yeah.
But my aim is, as I grow, my business grows.
Yeah.
Because my business, that is where my money comes from.
Yeah.
That is my end goal. My growth is my business.
And I
growth.
think like mentorship programs and everything, because like we're the future. Maze, like even these old people who don't want to open doors na nini. In the next few years, I mean, come on, listen. You will have no choice. In fact, you'll have retired or something, but people have to replace you, and it has to be people who are grounded and they're doing the work now. So I think just with patience, all these things will fall to place.
Yeah, true. And there was a point that you said that your whatever you're doing now might not be able to pay your bills. That's why you need a side hustle, which is very true. Taking for example TD Jakes. We all know TD Jakes. Like
See, that's the wrestler, WWF Nini.
Wow.
I'm joking. That's the reaction I will get. Of course I know TD Jakes.
If you don't know TD Jakes, tumalize hii kitu tuende. I am done. How? TD Jakes, venye alifungua church, hii ni story yake nilisikia akisema.
Yeah.
When he started his church did not break 100 people in 10 years. Imagine,
wait, in 10 years?
Yes. And he used to have a full-time job because the tithe he was collecting, the sadaka, could not afford to pay everything in the church. Sa hiyo ni mtu akona family.
People have to eat at home. Wanakungojea.
Wanakungojea. Church pia umerent mahali. You're paying your bills. He's doing everything. Na sadaka yenye anapata haiwezi tosha. So ni yeye a chip in kwa mfuko yake ndo alipe. So it calls for him to look for a job. He had a full-time, see at a part-time, full-time job.
And maybe you have that supervisor.
And bado, he's still passionate about his ministry.
Yeah.
So sometimes you might want, like, iki tutanilipia, I want to quit my job. But sometimes you have to sit down and strategize and plan.
Strategy, yeah.
Know when you need to go to work. Because if it is your passion and you love it, utafanya hata saa 8 usiku.
You will find time.
Telling at cafe, can you open at 2
Yeah,
in
can
the
you just
morning
leave me-
so
yeah.
that I can shoot because I know
True.
utafanya. You'll have to sacrifice because at the end of the day, bills need to be paid.
They need to be paid. And I think when you're young, or maybe at school and even college at times, when you're still getting like maybe just financial assistance a bit, it just doesn't register in your head like, you know what, why you need to work. But once umemaliza and then you're out there and your landlord is like, where?
I think my dad was
Where?
waiting for the day I'll be done with campus because hapo ndio shilingi yake ya mwisho
Angefanya-
nilionea.
I'm done. I've done my work.
Hakuwa nangoja, like he couldn't wait for the time I'll be done with
Yeah.
school. That is the moment I saw the last shilling. Right now he doesn't know how I buy credit. He doesn't
Yeah.
even want to know. That is none of his concern. I have done my part.
Yeah.
Umesoma high school, umesoma primary,
Yeah.
umesoma mpaka campus. Kazi yangu imeishia hapo.
And I think Pia, if you think about it, Pia, you start like appreciating the little things that they're doing for you. Because there are times, Yani, maybe you wanted something, you're upset because they can't get it for you.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
unapata like maybe your mom's goes out of her way and she comes through for you.
Because now you have a
saizi-
budget.
Yeah.
You can't do everything you want. Na ukiwa mdogo ungelia hadi uroluko chini because you want it done. I want it
I
now.
want it.
I think they don't love me because they cannot buy that for me.
No.
Our parents really compromise. Wanajinyima wao wenyewe. You can find your dad is wearing the same pair of shoe umemwona nayo maybe for the last 2 years, not because he cannot afford to buy you shoes, but because priorities. The same way now you are an adult or a young adult and you're now understanding, hey, kumbe hizi priority things ni ukweli. You can't go out to party or go out to eat 2,000 shillings and yet rent yako bado ijatosha.
True.
Which one will be, gani itakuwa priority yako?
Na wale wanaosha mkono na nini na belea kwa club.
We.
No, but Pia, I think you should also, and it's also like just a humbling experience growing up to find or know yourself, because umesema like peer pressure and stuff. Like right now, for me, it's much easier to go somewhere and I have my own budget and I will not feel the pressure that I need to buy this so that these people do not judge me or look at me in a certain way. Because I'd be somewhere maybe because I do go out occasionally, not as much as I used to. Because we have personal brands to build anyway. Tuwezi kwa tu kila mahali tu nini, unajua? So
And also building one is not
It's
easy.
not-
It
it's
takes
not
a lot
easy.
of your time.
Yeah,
The only free time maybe unapata uko nayo ni Sunday peke yake.
exactly. And people will start seeing that seriousness.
Yes.
Brands will start seeing that, and that's where opportunities will start unajua, presenting themselves to you. So you'd go somewhere and maybe somebody's feeling bad, like you wanted to just have like a beer, but you go somewhere where people are buying like expensive liquor, and now you start feeling like the pressure to that you also like need to. But
Yeah.
no, you can actually
You
go
need to fit in.
just sip your beer, enjoy, go home, and you've also gone out, you've had fun, you've interacted with people in it, no pressure, go home. But now there's so much peer pressure like on social media. Do you ever feel the pressure for
I feel when you get to a
missing
certain
out?
age
Mhm.
and you do not understand yourself, you did not know yourself,
Yeah.
you will have a lot of that pressure. You need to first know yourself.
Well, actually, she was at the gym.
Kujijua ni important, I told you.
Yeah.
Kujijua ni important because if you do not know yourself, a lot of things will define you in this society. Your friends will define who you are. You have to go somewhere and take a stand. Like, I cannot afford that. I am drinking what
Yeah.
my let me tell you, my turning point from the life that I told you I used to live is that I realized this is not the person that I want to be, because at some point I was even being toxic to myself. And it's even important sometimes you sit down na ujiambie, I'm toxic to myself.
Yeah.
I'm toxic to my future. Now what's the way forward? And I was on a self-discovering journey, and I gave my life to Christ in the process. December 16th, 2017.
You're born again?
And yeah,
Wow.
you didn't know.
Wow. Looking at you and how you present yourself, I was just like, come on, I'm joking, relax. Of course, I've seen it. Like even in
God
Instagram.
is not looking for presenters.
No. Listen,
God is
like,
not looking for
but it
actors.
even says, like, I think on your bio or something.
Christ is enough.
Yeah. I think it says that on your bio, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, so that was my turning point.
2017.
Reading the word of God, just studying and taking time to spend time with God made me realize who I am and who He created me to be. So now I do not struggle with like you ilikuwa ni time ya after na struggle na fit in, so I'm trying to party, I'm trying to be everywhere at the same time, I'm trying to do things that are out of my comfort zone just to please my friends and to make friends. And now
and these people don't even care about you in the first place.
About you. After you quit drugs is when I realized.
After you quit what?
Drugs.
You were doing drugs?
Yeah.
What kind of drugs were you doing?
I'm still a ganja
Oh my God! Listen.
Reggae music again.
We have to talk about this. Because here's the thing. But when we talk about such things, people relate to. Because there are people who are going through the same right now. They're trying to discover themselves, and they think that's the only way they can.
Let me tell you one thing. Fun.
So were you addicted or you're doing it for fun?
I was doing it for fun. And my fun
That's
was...
just smoking though, right? Nothing
like
crazy.
Drinking, nothing crazy. Just shisha, drinking, cigarettes here and there when you're high. Weed here and there when it's available, it's on site, and you just...
So you're like a social...
social person. Not something that I used to do every day.
But you have in your house, you're rolling your own knees.
No. I had friends who were doing that, so that wasn't my job.
Oh. Well, did you have dreads then?
Yeah, they were...
Oh, that's the source of inspiration.
That's
and I see the Rasta t-shirt right now. Is that who's that? Bob Marley?
This is the logo of the salon I go to, Utamaduni Salon.
That's not Bob Marley?
No, this is their artwork.
Okay, listen.
So,
let's go with that story. So
let me tell you, my fun was sitatoka kwa club kama sijaona jua. Unanidanganya. We go to the club. It's 11 p.m.
Yeah.
We are not leaving the club until we see the sun. That was our rule.
And that's the thing. Like us, we used to chukia such chicks cause at times ilikuwa you go to rave ukona like, now why did I come with this person here? Anataka kudance mpaka 7 in the morning. As in 7 you are tired, yani.
My squad was so crazy.
Yeah.
So we are going maybe 10, 11.
Yeah.
That's when you're checking into the club.
10.
Yeah.
And then mpaka morning.
Yeah.
Okay, so 10.
So ikifika saa 8 mnakula. Mnaitisha food.
Yeah.
And then mnaambia waiter instructions ikwe na pilipili.
Also
when you take pilipili,
it niniz, ndio cause pia it niniz you.
Yeah, they slow down.
Yeah.
So it's like you're energized sasa afresh ni saa 8. Because you cannot tell me to leave the club at 3-4 ndio reggae inaanza. Can never be me. It never. How?
Masa meditation karibu kupika. Oh Lord.
No, haingekuwa mimi. Singetoka. The last time I drank, that was on December 15th. 2017. I remember my boyfriend, we were arguing with my boyfriend because he wanted me to get out of the club before 3 because yeye alikuwa amechoka na hiyo lifestyle.
You see?
Yeye alikuwa amechoka na hiyo lifestyle yenye mimi nampeleka. So ni
morning.
Ndo DJ tu ameka reggae.
But sasa unajua
twende mimi usiniletee utiaji wewe enda, mimi sinajua mali naenda.
And then can you get anything done the next day? Because you have to sleep the whole day. The whole day.
When I quit drugs, I really struggled with insomnia.
I
really battled insomnia. Friday singelala. Like my system was already used to Friday we are not sleeping, Saturday we are not sleeping, Sunday we are sleeping the whole day. So Friday I'm trying to sleep
nothing.
Saturday asubuhi ndio kwa usingizi kanakuja. and then there are consequences to everything. That's what I can say. After,
But do you feel like you're missing out on anything right now?
I don't. Funny thing is, right now, I don't, because there is a lot of freedom that has come with the decisions that I've made, a lot of growth as an individual, because my platform, I used to think, because now I was wearing, niko na vatu venye nataka.
What were you wearing?
Tops, high sleeves, stuff. Okay, so you see it in Navanga pia, I don't wear a tent, it's just because I'm a Christian, now I put on a tent. I don't wear a tent. I still wear clothes, but then unaweza vaa kitu to feel this is not right. You know. So I thought,
because I can just be nini.
Yeah, I thought like wearing whatever I was wearing then will bring me so much attention. But then hiyo time bado nilikuwa tu na struggle tu na following na likes nini. But now that I quit, I was more serious about content creation. After I quit is when
I started a
YouTube channel, and then I thought to myself, I can talk all day. Why don't I start creating content? And I started creating content on Instagram. I started creating content on YouTube. And then my Instagram was getting traction, but si venye nilikuwa nataka. So I sat down one day and I started strategizing. What can I do to make my content better? Because now comedians are growing at a massive rate. Crazy rate. And I'm not funny in any way. So I was asking myself, what can I do to make my content better? The funny thing is, the reason, the moment you start thinking about something, sijui Facebook inajuanga aje. Ni kama they are always in your brain.
Suggestions na nini?
Suggestions ikaanza. I started seeing TikTok videos. I was like, okay.
This might
be... I am not funny, but I can lip sync a funny video and create facials, because every girl, like every girl's are on expressions na facials, crazy facials. So I can do that and post on my Instagram, and people will find that content funny.
Yeah.
I downloaded TikTok. I did that very day, I did my first video on DJ Shitty. And I posted it on Instagram and people were laughing. It actually did well than my other videos. Within the first hour, it had a lot of comments and a lot of views.
See interaction, people are watching.
300, 400 views. And I told myself, this is good.
This is good. This is what I'm going with.
This is good. I have to have a weekly TikTok video up on my Instagram. I started doing videos, and then I did a video on Jalango that now hiyo ndo ilinionyesha sasa TikTok ni kitu serious, and I do not take it.
Which one was it?
It was a video on the difference between P2 and P3. Jalango was talking about this. P2 ni, I'll show you the video after this. So when I did the video, I posted it. Someone sent me a screenshot. I didn't even post it on my Instagram. Someone sent me a screenshot. Shafiweru had posted it because that video did well on TikTok. So someone sent me a screenshot of Shafiweru's stories. Shafiweru had
shared,
the video. And then after 2 days, Jalango posted it on his page. So people started tagging me, Anastasia, see yourself. Now, when I opened Instagram, now na following 400
notifications.
400 people wameenza kuni. By then I was 28,000. And the next day when I was waking up, I was 29,700. Kitu ya influencing si mchezo.
It's not a joke. It's not a joke.
Just within 24 hours of Jalango posting me, I had gained 1,700. Thank you, Jalango, if you ever watch this.
Jalas. No, he will watch. He will watch.
And come to the podcast.
He'll come here. He'll come. This is a safe place, actually, but I'll have him on the podcast soon.
So,
I know he's busy, but we'll make it work.
So I told myself, this is something serious. This is content. You know, the problem now is you create content that people want to see. I try push my other content that I'm talking about serious stuff, that I'm expressing myself, that I'm just trying to inspire people. But also, I create the content people want. When you start realizing that you are creating this content. People don't love the content, but then not people don't love it. They love it, but they don't want to listen to serious things. That is wrong. That is
they don't want.
Hiyo ni kitu moja na Wakenya. Kitu serious hatutaki kusikiza. Very few, a handful ndio watasikiza.
Very few.
So ukiona una create content watu waipendi, try and spice up your content, but do not forget the reason why you have your platform.
Because even for me, it was really, really hard to try and come up with something else. Because of course, if you go and see those, how many views do you think I'll be getting with those videos?
Many views.
A lot.
Millions.
And that's what people. But I thought to myself, like, there has to be more. There has to be more. Plus, like for now, just like in our generation, we can easily like just enrich ourselves by just educating ourselves. Because there are those gatekeepers who are holding on to information. Wameshikilia tu hivi, and they do not want you guys to know this and that. So when I bring people here, they just talk about their journeys and everything. Like the way you said, people avoid those confrontational in these topics. But if you don't take this seriously, you won't be able to pay bills. People might not listen now. Lakini ile siku reality itakuslap hivi, you will go back watch those videos. And these videos are timeless.
I had a friend of mine who was asking me, he was doing a research on why men they kuna high rate of suicide than the women. So alikuwa anafanya hii research, akaniambia he went to YouTube trying to find videos of Kenyan men maybe talking about this, but there was no one doing it.
Think about it. How many?
There was no one
even
doing
just
it.
Simply to just conversation.
I was expecting to go there and find influential people, Eric Omondi, people talking about this, people talking about the struggles of being a man, but I didn't find any.
Nothing. The only time I saw something connectional or closely human to Eric, when it's not jokes, it's when he posted his brother.
True.
That's the only time I saw Eric for Eric. Forget about comedian. Ama hizi vitu zingine zote. That's the only time I saw human part of him. But you see, we can't keep laughing all along when we do have our situations at home that we need to take care, and we can even assist each other in. Women have empowerment programs all the time. Everywhere.
Even King Kaka is trying to join a woman empowering. But what if he started
I shouldn't.
A boy child empowering?
I have a guest coming in tomorrow. Let me show you what he's talking about. By the Baka, I wanted to tell him, but I was like, I won't say his name, but I just want him, because Pia, I'm sure he has his own reasons.
Yeah.
So where is he? Where's his account?
So when my friend was telling me this, I thought to myself, and this is what I tell myself every morning: create something that you wish existed. You wish. I told him that. By the way, I told him that, and that's what I tell myself every morning these days. Create something that you wish existed. If you sit down and you're looking for something and you can't find it, that is just to show you that you are the one who's supposed to create it.
Okay, I can't find the details, but it's something to do with, girl child as well, something to do with pads as well, or something. But if you think about it, like right now, like when people see young men like in Kenya, social media, the only thing they know or the good example they see is from politicians, people who are stealing money maybe. The image of success of a Kenyan man is not from like hard work, or it's not cool to work hard. It's those two shortcuts, Nini, when you see drug barons like popping bottles here and there, stealing money, scandals, unasikia mtu has stolen sijui how many billions. Those are the things that are cool to them. And I think that's the only way they know, if I want success, beautiful women, kama unataka light skin kwanza, wecheza hapa na hard work yako. Hatutaki kusikia hard work. We want money now, we want scammers, and those people are ninning now. But like you said, if you Google, there is no. And that's why for me the podcast was so important, because information, if I could have gotten, like if you need information from photographer like Mtu wa Madheka, Emmanuel Jambo, you'll come to my podcast, hear them talking, they're like, oh, by they balancing this date life is like this. Even dating, do young boys know how to date anymore? Guys are killing. Somebody killed the chick because the chick denied them sex.
Yeah.
How many times do you hear that on the news?
Many times. So this friend of mine was telling me, so many young men, they don't have that relationship with their dads, and it's important to have that relationship with your dad. So you come out here, yes, there is information. People say information is power. There is a lot of things going on. Hizi vitu zitawaribu, but there are two sides to it. Kuna information yenye ita-empower mtu on YouTube or wherever. Kuna information yenye ita-destroy mtu. Labda mtu anatafuta hii information itamu-empower, but hakuna. So you end up watching something that will not empower you, that will not motivate you.
Gengeton.
And if there were more people, if there were more men who are talking about the struggles and the challenges of being a man, maybe being the head of the family, maybe how to face rejections, kama umeachwa na msichana.
You should,
It would have been a better place, because these things, at least mwanaume anajua kumbe mimi siko peke yangu, kumbe si mimi niliambiwa.
We did like almost 2 hour 45 minutes with Kagu, and that's what we were talking about. Because we were just talking about like guys don't even want to have those conversations even in their groups. They just want to talk about unaona ule dem akona nini, ule dem akona wako koza ka bas, exactly, unaona. But kwani okay sawa, ukishapitia huyu kesho upitie mwingine, we have to talk about something different, man, because after the whole year, okay sawa, bado unataka tuendelee tu kupitiana hapa na hakuna nini. We're not giving each other even like just financial nini. It's gotten to a point where there's nobody to empower like the boy child at all. With all these women programs and everything, I think so many young boys pretty much feel useless, because like you say, young girls, once you're finished with school and everything, that promo opportunity might be there. You'll go there and do your promo, start understanding just finances, people skills, money, earning, dealing with people, just knowing how to avoid this situation. Of course some will survive, some won't, but just learning life. Unaanza kulearn mapema. Boy child, at what age do you think we start nini? Because they don't have e opportunity nini. So ataangalia what's the easiest thing I can do. Either in Kenya I'll either be a gengeton artist, I want to be a DJ, what else, politician, maybe. Not try kuangalia aspirations are like Kenyan success at a young age. Wataangalia the only things they will look at, rap, DJing, and what else? Is there anything else? There are no options. But what about women? Look at hizo empowerment programs, even what Akina Rubadiri are doing, Caroline Tuko. Everybody somewhere is doing an empowerment thing.
Yeah, which we are not trying to say empowering women is wrong.
No, it's not wrong.
We're just trying to say that peer men.
There should be a balance, is okay, because these women do need to interact with these men.
We've gotten to a point where men or even boys who I have interacted with, friends that I have, they feel like this woman empowerment thing is to demean the men. Yeah. They don't feel important anymore, because you'll be like, no, this is an ini for women. Me, there is a specific, I won't say where, but I was pitching something for a certain international platform that's also like in Kenya, right? And I was told if it's not for women or children, we're not interested. And I was like, but this content is nice. And I was like, we're just not interested if it's not women. And this is a whole platform where you just switch on EV. From things to do with periods, to do with sijui nini, women's struggles, all those things are there. But who says like boys are not being molested in this country? They are. And these are people who are growing up. There was something circulating on Twitter yesterday. I don't know whether you saw it. I can't even start describing what was happening. But you need to take care of these boys, because they're the ones who are going to deal with your daughters in future. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, a friend of a friend of mine. We were having a conversation, and then we started talking about rape. The way tumeanza tu conversation it can lead to another conversation. So we started talking about rape, and then he was telling us me, I think I was raped by the house help we had tukiwa watoto.
How many people do I know who are like that?
Mimi nakumbuka alikuwa ananiambia sijui nimfanyie hivi and he's actually laughing about it.
How many people do I know who laugh about the same situation?
Nikamwambia, do you know so this thing might have damaged you? Maybe right now you think it is a laughing matter.
Yeah.
But it is not a laughing matter. Na anasema hadi anacheka. Mimi unajua nilikuwa shocked. When a girl is talking about that, a family did this to me or this.
When you're in a group of guys, ask them genuinely how many were taken advantage of with house help. So we see it on the news. When it comes on the news, what happens? Don't people laugh? When a guy says something was done to them, is it taken serious?
Like he anakumbuka kila kitu. He was telling us, so this lady was like nishike hapa ni rabi hivi ati and then ingisha kitu yako, like it is so graphic.
And you can imagine this unajua now he's an adult.
Yeah.
But he still remembers everything.
Everything. He was breaking it down.
Everything. Mko hapa, you don't want to empower a boy child at yo. Wacha he goes and unamwacha home to na house help. No, he's in good care. Where?
You think
you need to take care of these boys because these are the same boys who they're doing. Because when you see people like these young boys that you unasikia somebody has killed like a girl and nini. This is not. It's not. Yeah, it's not like a serial killer. It's like somebody who's just normal, chilling, maybe somewhere. They talk normally with other people.
They don't know how to handle.
But just something's just switched on their head, even, and they just go black.
Labda yeye anajua ukikatiwa na from the kitu amesikia na peer pressure. Mi deme hizi nikataa.
Yeah. How many people do you? Yes.
So,
yes.
Ukikuja kwa preach dema alafu dema kuambie no.
You're like how?
How?
Kwanza beta yetu umemtumia ma gifts, ma presents na umetuma hizo ma M-Pesa.
So kama kungekuwa na hizo conversation how to handle rejection.
It's very important.
And you know, a woman can't talk about it because I'm used to attention being thrown. And then the other thing is men also unapatanga even some men date older women like old like mtu mwenye hata ako 50 alafu boy ni mdogo 23. Si eti yeye hakutaka kukua kwa hiyo situation, ni tu ajazoea attention. Sasa ajazoea kukatiwa. And then this woman is approaching you. Line anakukatia.
There's somebody who likes me.
Hivi tu. Na wasichana wengi venye wananikataa.
Wanakukataa huko unajua sasa kwanza venye Instagram. Machali wanakaviwa hivi. So if you don't understand, because me I always say like it's not the end of the world, and there are so many beautiful women in Nairobi, and you also have to understand like just because moja amekukata it doesn't mean. Listen, like, plus, would you want to be somebody who doesn't like you or want you?
No.
Imagine, there are some times back, and I've tried, even there are some situations where I really liked someone, and I've tried everything I can't go, like, what the hell, man? Like, I've had even, I start najita mkutano, I've had better women than this one. Unanikataji nini? So when it gets to that point, imagine me, I just bail out. Achana naye kabisa. Imagine, because it's pointless. Just go, because there are so many other women out there.
There's no need of taking someone's life because
imagine killing ati cause mtu amekukataa. Isn't that extreme?
It's extreme, but you don't know what this person was going through. Let me tell you, I was telling people, for someone to drive all the way from Nairobi, because that's how walisema hiyo story. For someone to drive all the way from Nairobi, aende mpaka Eldoret, afike Eldoret, na bado amefika Nakuru, Naivasha, bado hiyo thought ijamtoka, akafika Nakuru, nothing, bado akona hiyo anga, bado ina boil, akafika Eldoret na akaifanya mbele ya watu wakiona hivi,
without caring.
Even that person is going through something.
Without even thinking repercussions that they have to serve a life sentence.
If you are killer, ungengoja.
Strategic, lazima wait.
Tu manze ufanye vitu zako, upeleke mwili mahali, story ishe na hata utaipatikana. But for someone to do it, watu wakimuona hivi, watu wa pikipiki wanakuona na venye watu wa pikipiki ukuanga nini ruthless. That's something totally different.
True. It's just unfortunate, but that's just the day and age.
It's a conversation we need to have, and it's a conversation men need to have, but it is up to you.
No, me, I'm trying my part. That's why, like, Pia, with the podcast, and I've had so many people, Pia, who, like, my DM, there are people who genuinely, like, just send me a message, and there are guys that are like, by the way, I've just... Because where do you get these conversations? Venye umesema ukiingia, like, even on TV, utafute maybe NTV, KTN, conversations huko za after success. Or nini. Ukiona Papa Jones pale hivyo, sidhani atakuambia juu ya struggles, but hata kuambia nini
Details,
exactly. Unajua?
Exactly.
Usi avoid hii. Kuna, for men, imefika place wako so put down ama society, like currently, right now, how there's no, like, sijui hata si story na role models, they have nothing to look forward to. Because kasa hizi, even job opportunities mob. As much as tunasema ndio tunatry nini equality, but I think at this rate itaenda kuwa ni so many opportunities, and like even education wise, I think saizi women are doing way better. Because guys wako zile za what's the point of like reading anyway kama si get job or nini, why not try scam or a shortcut hapa hivi or something, but just I'm not willing to take that risk.
Because I can imagine, not saying that women don't go through their own struggles,
they
but
do,
they
do.
Let me put myself in a position of being a man. Nimetoka kampo tumesoma, nilikuwa nafaa kusoma miaka 4, nimesoma miaka 7. So natoka kampo niko 26. Then I'm having this struggle of I want to be in a relationship with someone. I'm 26. These people, as a man, you're created to be a provider and to be a protector. Even in a relationship, you find yourself providing
as
automatically.
Much as you don't, that's standard.
Going out for dates, you'll find yourself paying.
Yeah.
It just comes automatically. So you can imagine this person wants to be in a relationship, but hana at a job. Ako 26. Ndo ametoka tu kampo.
Which is most of the situation that's out here.
Ana certificate. Ndio certificate itoke ni next year. You'll be 27.
Yeah.
Then you start tamaking. And then you can imagine your parents wanakuambia you need to get a job, you need to get a wife, you need to nini. There's also this pressure from the society. You need to have settled by this age, get your firstborn, do this. And then you don't understand how to do it.
You don't know the first step on how you're supposed to do any of that.
Any of this. Your mom and your dad wanakuangalia zile za unafanyanga nini kwa nyumba wewe?
Kwanza hata my imagine if your parents are asking you that. Kama unakatia dem, how do you even
So what do you do? Uko tu hapo. What do you do?
What do you do?
Currently, what are you doing?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm a content creator.
Don't you? I'm putting...
Sorry. What do you... Sorry, you lost me there for a minute. What are you saying? Sorry. So you're saying this young man?
Yeah, we're saying we are playing the young man, young woman situation. Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's move on. So naona hiyo inakuwa situation nyingine yenye mtu ajiunderstand. But if you went online, or if your father told you I went through this, or if your brother or if your fellow guy sat with you na akakwambia mimi by then nilimaliza kampo 26 hata sikuwa na job, akakwambia story yake,
I started with this, I found my way to the top.
Itakumotivate.
Unaona, like the way you've said, like, you know, you also did promo nini, unajua, cause you're getting money, unaona, at that age you're handling money, una understand, like, and it humbles you pia kidogo. But so unapata, I know, like, there's so many like young people be like, ati mimi nifanye nini? Mimi nifanye? Hapana.
Let me tell you
siwezi.
One thing. You can see a situation, sijui promo, na unaitharao, but trust me, you build connections with people.
It's there. Networking. Kwani how many people get other better jobs?
Doing your work diligently, and someone will see you. And will tell you, I've seen what you're doing. What did you do in school? And just like that, you get a job. Yeah.
No, that's true. And
just
I've
like
had
that, they tell you, okay, I'm doing this, I have this other activation, and I'm paying this and this per day. Can you come and check it out? And just like that.
Or even come and manage that nini for me, because I can see you actually doing well here. Come manage that project for
I
me.
always tell myself, wherever I am, whatever position I am, my responsibility is to do my best, because you don't know who's watching. Unaweza kuwa kwa maybe mahali YouTube unaongea tu vitu zako, 2 viewers. Maybe huyo mmoja ni Uhuru Kenyatta. Kwani unadhani ananga YouTube?
The things I've seen with just my podcast even, I'm just like, okay, kotuza.
Unaweza kuwa unadhani sasa sina views, sasa hakuna mtu ananiona.
When I was starting
But
off.
do you know those 5 people who are watching? No, you don't know them.
You do not know. That's the next person who might change your
maybe
life.
it's someone who's working in UN and na kozile za I like what you're pushing, this
Yeah.
is something new and this is something that I want us to incorporate in our program.
Yeah, we want you to be the spokesperson of
True.
because I'm like me
God.
me. No, but yeah, hard work
Hapo
pays
ndio
off,
hapo ndio
definitely.
unaanzanga kuimba nimeuona.
Now, because I think we're almost running out of time, eh? And you see, like the way I told you, like you won't even realize how fast time is flying. But so I just need to touch on like just even relationship. How important is like just that to you? Because I don't know whether ulikuwa unanidanganya or guys, eh? And I think, is it on Instagram? Did you post?
Yeah, it's on Instagram.
So you're engaged, right?
Yeah.
Now. So how just important is that relationship to you?
Very, very extremely important.
And how do you get a life partner? Because like right now kuna just toxic nini zenye zina surround relationships and everything. Na receipts.
Receipts zinatolewa, unaribiwa jina, unakosa mtu.
Imagine unakosa hata future potential ulikuwa unawakia towards.
What I believe is success attracts for more success, and you attract who you are. You know, we look at successful people and we're like, those people are lucky. And you want to tell me he's married like Obama?
Yeah.
He's married, he looks happy, he has money. But success attracts for more success. It's not that these people are lucky. The harder you work, the smarter you work, the luckier you get.
Okay, true. That makes sense.
You get. So, if you are a disciplined person anini, hakuna venye utaenda kuattract garagaria unless when you umeenda kutafuta.
No, and that's true. And that's true.
Mtapatana wapi?
Yeah,
for example,
true.
I'm always working maybe hata na wakapa Galeria.
Yeah.
Mtapatana wapi na mtu mwenye anawakuko labda anawakumbali. Okay, social media is possible because we met on Instagram.
Unapiga picha za future, unapiga picha za future wewe.
Sisi tuliacha tukwambie kwanza venye ilianza, tulimeet Instagram.
Yeah. DM. What?
Yeah.
Na ndio saizi unasema ati sasa mtapatana wapi? And then you're like, okay, by the way.
Like, wewe mnaweza patana, social media has come to make everything easy.
Yeah,
Si tulipatana DM, he's leading to the DM, and then alikuwa anajifanya venye anani advice on how to take care of my hair because he also has locks. Yeah.
Tips za ku keep nice hair. Okay.
Tips za ku keep. Juu yangu bado zilikuwa ndogo ndo tunaanza. So he was giving me tips on how you can take care of your locks and whatever. And 4 years later I'm just realizing this guy did not even know anything about locks. Ilikuanga tu kuniongelesha. He doesn't know nothing about hair.
Wewe ndo unampea tips saizi.
Saizi mimi ndio nampea tips, naambia fanya hivi. So he slid into my DM and we used to talk, and then 6 months later we met, and 4 years later here we are.
And finally just proposal.
Last year August 10th. 2019.
Planning on having a wedding soon, ama hizo ni vitu like you just, you know.
No. As soon as possible.
As soon as possible.
Yeah. For us, we are both of us, we are Christian. So definitely there are things that God does. If you want to build a Christian home, or in your relationship that you consider yourself Christians, there are some principles. There are some things hata si eti ni lazima ufanye, you'll be convicted in your heart and your spirit, you will know whatever I'm doing. It's
just the right
wrong.
thing to do.
Yeah. So definitely after we got born again, we didn't really have sex immediately because we knew that was wrong, but tukafika mahali backslide. But then in your spirit, after doing that, you're like, damn, man, why
we were
did
so
I
strong.
do
We were
it?
so strong.
We were so strong.
Yeah.
Imagine, we were strong for 10 months straight.
10?
Yeah.
Kai. Do you guys stay together? On my own, or ile on, of course. Still, amja decide nini.
Yeah.
Hey, that
so
would be tricky.
You can imagine 10 months straight, and then one day, boom, things happen.
We're only human, but at least, you know.
And then you beat yourself down because in your spirit, you know, una feeling your conviction. Yeah.
Okay, me, I wouldn't know what you're talking about, but I'm just saying, I understand where you're coming from, and you see, it's the best thing is like it's the two of you are working towards something.
Let me tell you,
and me, I respect and admire that.
Tukarudi bado kwa celibate journey, and the celibate journey has taught us a lot of a lot of things. If we went into a relationship, into a married life, being as toxic as we were to each other, divorce can happen.
Of course.
Because
and easily, I think that's what happens
when we separated ourselves sexually, and we started finding ourselves and building ourselves like individually, sasa unajua sex inawapeanga hiyo connection.
True.
There's someone who's talking to me on Instagram, and he told me they recently started being celibate, and then all of a sudden she feels like she does not love this guy, like there's that connection I go.
Kai, uniambie ni abstain after na uniwache. Kai. Mama yo.
See, Wambiwe, that's a decision you make for yourself. So you can imagine if you're in a relationship with someone and and sex is the only connection you have.
Oh no, that's true.
And now you're walking into marriage where they always say the sex is never
haitakuwa that
haitakuwa that venye mlikuwa mna meet Fridays and then it's powerful.
True.
Unaona? So mna imagine mmefika huko mko hivyo na mna connection.
Mko na emptiness. There is no connection. You can't have conversation.
Nothing. You can't have conversations. You can't confront issues.
Yeah, I guess
because
true.
most of us sahi tumejificha kwa make up sex. Maybe we're in a relationship alafu tunakuwa na shida. The next time we meet, instead of sitting down and talking about the issue,
go smash.
Let's make up.
Sasa unajua sayo mshasahau zile vitu zote zenye mlikuwa mnapa focus on that will actually make a relationship
stronger. So mnafinyilia vitu. Siku moja tu inakuja zinatoka, you start talking, you did this to me, you did this to me, you did this to me, and now the relationship becomes toxic. So there's so many things I've learned about celibacy. It can really, if you can, even if you're not born again, it can really improve your relationship.
Okay.
Before you even get there.
The people who know, they know. Ukiniambia celibacy.
Before you even walk down the aisle, it's very important. You will realize yourself. First of all, you'll build yourself as an individual. Because you need to walk into this institution, or even if you're ikweni AG, ikweni wapi ni harusi gani unafanya, as long as unaenda kuishi na mtu, you need to make this solid. Like unafaa uingie hapo ukiwa whole. You're emotionally stable, you're mentally stable, and you're spiritually stable. So if you come into this relationship and you're not stability zako hizi zote haziwork, the relationship will be toxic at the end of the day, because you'll be in situations and you do not know how to handle yourself because you're not whole, you're not stable. True. You feel like you need to depend on this person kabisa, this person.
You just have to call, like, and if they're not there, if they're not there, like, you don't know the first thing to do anything.
You don't know what you can do without them. It is an important step that we took in our relationship, and it's a journey that we're still on, and we are grateful for the strength because it is not easy.
I wish you all the best.
Consequences. Kila kitu ina consequence, my friend. Heri you face hizo consequence sahi kuliko ukiface ukiingia.
No, that's true, and I think it just makes more sense the way you've explained it, because if you're getting into like a, that marriage entity, you better know so many other things about each other ndio mjue. Just in case the sex slows down pia, both of you like understand and love being around each other. So now
when it is removed, at least we can move, because you don't know what the future holds. You wouldn't.
Future is unpredictable.
So
we have to start winding up. So relationship is
important.
It is.
Me, the relationship is important. General relationships that I have with God, with people, they are with myself. First of all, you have to have a relationship with yourself. It's totally important.
One last question before we wind up, because I'll definitely call you for part 2. What did you think of the conversation so far?
Amazing. Wow, we just lost ourselves in the conversation.
Exactly. That's what I was telling you.
We lost ourselves in the conversation.
But you see
even talking
the beauty
about
of
the 4 pillars of your podcast. Sidhani tumemaliza zote.
Which one haven't we touched on? Maybe just health. But everything else, conversation will basically, even though it's not directly at
but all conversations in life revolve around that.
Exactly.
Kitu yenye tumeongelea boy child ni mental health.
Yeah.
So
no, true. No, we touched on everything. So unapata to the conversation, once you start talking, like the best thing about the podcast, we're talking about real life situations. And it's so easy to talk about that forever, because you can relate to it. And even if somebody is listening to it, they'll definitely connect to it. So one last question, briefly. Because I ask everybody this on the podcast, what's the one thing that you think you're in pursuit of right now, and if you got it, it will give your life better direction, meaning, fulfillment, or even just joy?
My hashtag is always out here seeking God. So when I found God, and when I continue just finding him and learning his nature and what he does, you have already discovered yourself in general and your life and the purpose of life. Because if you do not have a connection with God, you do not have a connection with your purpose. You don't even know what uko tu kwa dunia unazurura kosa.
No, it's true.
You do not
It's
know
true.
what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So one thing that I'm in pursuit of is just God. Just reading the word of God, because it counsels, it corrects, it directs, it gives you everything. The word of God imeshiba. Mi hata biashara, principles zangu za biashara zinatoka kwa the word of God. My principles, how I direct my life, how I direct my relationship. I always take every counsel from the word of God.
I respect that.
Yeah.
A lot. Now we pushed our limits kidogo on the time. Tell the people where they can find you on social media, all your social platforms.
Yeah,
and Pia, don't forget to plug your business, most importantly. That's, Yeah.
I'm Anastasia Ng'ang'a. Those are my government names, and also my official names on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And YouTube, Anastasia_Ng'ang'a. And also you can follow my business platform, Women. Hapa tunauza tu vitu za wanawake. If you are looking for the nipple covers, for the boob tapes,
what are those?
if you're looking for silicone bras, every man is always like that.
Okay, so that when you're wearing, kama you have popping nini
shoulders, usikuwa unavaa tu na bra ya kawaida and then unaharibu swag.
Na mbona mtu akava nipples?
See nipple, okay, there's sometimes you're wearing a sleeveless top and then your nipples are showing, and then men just look at you like,
have you seen the video that's circulating on Twitter? Should I show you? Ama should I nini?
Utanionyesha after this. Let's wind up.
Sawa, let's wind up.
So if you're looking for nipple covers, everything, period panties, if you're a lady, period venye zinaweza kukufanyia mambo. So if you're looking for period panties and you want to learn more about the products that I'm talking about, follow my business platform, which is at Lana House, Kenya, Lana House, Kenya, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Guys.
Tuko located along Moi Avenue, opposite Bihi Tower. That's Rahimtula Trust Building, shop number G1, Elegant Exhibition. But ukitu DM to will direct you.
Okay. You do deliveries?
Yeah, we do deliveries as well. You can come shop at our store, or we can deliver at the comfort of your home.
So there you have it, guys. Anastasia, thank you so much for coming to the platform.
Thank you so much for having me.
I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you. I also wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you. Are we doing a part 2? What do you
yes,
think?
part 2.
Did you like the podcast?
Si tuko tuna host pamoja weekly segment.
Though there's something I'm coming up with, I'll be calling regular people who just have fun, and we tackle a specific topic. So.
Because I don't think 1 hour 30 minutes.
It's not enough, India. It's not enough. Now we'll do a part 2.
Yeah.
So guys, you already know the platforms. Make sure you subscribe. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Castbox. We are all active in all those platforms. Make sure you go there, subscribe, and share.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way you can show love and support. Subscribe, of course, to our YouTube channel. Follow Instagram, thekisscapadespodcast, and Facebook as well. Yeah. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
God bless you.
Bye.